In the heart of Amachala village, there was one name every household feared to speak after dark: Mama Ekemma. She was the story that mothers told restless children to keep them inside, the shadow that lingered at the corner of every palm oil lamp. They said she had been buried 3 times, yet each time her grave was found empty. Old men swore they had seen her carrying firewood by moonlight. Young hunters swore they had heard her laughter echoing in the forest. Some called her a spirit, others a curse, but everyone agreed on one thing: Mama Ekemma never died. When Nnanna, a young man hardened by the city life of Lagos, returned home for his father's burial, he brushed aside these tales. Lagos had taught him to scoff at village superstitions, but on the very first night in his late father's compound, something unsettled him. The night air carried a sound, not the usual chirping of crickets, but a soft humming. A woman's voice, sweet, haunting, and far too close to his window. Against his better judgment, he parted the raffia blind. His chest tightened. There, bathed in moonlight, stood a woman whose beauty defied age. Her wrapper was simple, but tied with elegance. Her skin was smooth, her waist slender, her eyes glowing faintly like embers. It was impossible. This had to be Mama Ekemma. The next morning, his cousin Chika confronted him. "I saw you peeping last night. Don't get involved with her, Nnanna. She is poison. My mother warned me before she died." But curiosity burned hotter than any warning. That night, Nnanna followed the humming voice into the forest. And there in the shadows, he uncovered a truth far more scandalous than any village rumor. The forest of Amachala was thick with silence, broken only by the crunch of dried leaves beneath Nnanna's hesitant steps. Mama Ekemma walked ahead, her feet barely touching the ground, her humming weaving through the trees like a spell. Every fiber of Nnanna's being told him to turn back, yet his legs carried him forward. In a moonlit clearing, he froze. There stood Chief Obieze, Chika's father, the village elder who thundered against witchcraft at every gathering. He was supposed to be the protector of tradition, the guardian of purity, yet here he was, holding Mama Ekemma in his arms, kissing her with the desperation of a man addicted. Nnanna's breath caught. The chief, a man nearly 70, was wrapped in an embrace with a woman who looked no older than 25. The scandal was staggering. Worse, Nnanna recalled the whispers that had haunted the village for months. The sudden, unexplained death of Madame Obieze, the chief's wife. Some had murmured it was sickness, others whispered poison. Now, looking at the unholy union before him, Nnanna wondered if her death had been a sacrifice. Mama Ekemma stiffened suddenly. She turned her glowing eyes toward the thicket where Nnanna hid. "Come out, child," she whispered, her voice smooth and commanding. Nnanna stepped forward, trembling, his knees weak. Chief Obieze's face drained of color. "Boy, listen to me, forget what you saw tonight." But Mama Ekemma only smiled. Her laugh was soft, like honey dripping onto hot coals. "No, let him remember, secrets bind tighter than chains. From this night, his life belongs to us." And in that instant, Nnanna knew he had stumbled into something far deadlier than superstition. That night, Nnanna jolted awake in his hut, drenched in sweat. His chest throbbed with pain as though hot irons had been pressed against him. Peeling off his shirt, he gasped. Strange markings glowed faintly across his skin, symbols carved in patterns he could not recognize. They pulsed with heat, as if alive, as if burning their way into his soul. By dawn, his cousin Chika noticed. "Nnanna, your eyes, they're not the same. Something is wrong with you." He confessed everything: his midnight pursuit, the clearing, the shocking sight of Chief Obieze with the witch. As he spoke, Chika's face turned pale. She trembled and whispered, "Do you not understand? My mother did not die of sickness. She was offered, sacrificed for Mama Ekemma's immortality." The words pierced Nnanna like a spear. "Your father gave her up?" Chika nodded, tears streaming. "He chose power over blood. And now you..." She stopped, staring at the glowing marks on his chest. "You're next." Later that evening, Nnanna confronted Chief Obieze in secret. The old man's eyes were hard, his voice steady. "You don't understand, boy. She is not a curse. She is power. Without her, Amachala would have perished long ago. She keeps the land fertile, the people safe. But power comes at a price. And you have been chosen. Chosen." The word echoed through Nnanna's skull like a funeral drum. The marks burned hotter. The whispers in his dreams grew louder. Was he destined to be her next sacrifice or her eternal lover? Either way, his fate was sealed. Night after night, Mama Ekemma haunted him, not just in the forest, but in his very room. She appeared in his dreams, a vision of impossible beauty. Her wrapper slipped from her shoulders, her skin flawless, her eyes deep pools of seduction. Her scent lingered like ripe mangoes in harmattan. "Why fight me?" she whispered, running her fingers over his burning chest. "You are already mine. With me you will never age, never weaken, never die. Lagos girls may glitter, but I am eternity." Nnanna's will trembled. His body leaned toward her warmth, though his heart screamed to flee. He remembered his father's burial, the graves dug for her that never held her body, the whispers of missing children, but desire was stronger than fear. His lips nearly met hers when the door creaked. Chica entered carrying a calabash of water. She froze. Her cousin stood bare-chested before the ageless witch, his body marked by glowing symbols. Her face twisted in betrayal. "Nnanna!" she cried. "How could you? She killed my mother and now you welcome her touch?" Mama Ekemma smirked, her eyes gleaming. "Poor girl, you think your mother was innocent? Your father gave her willingly. He chose me again and again." The calabash slipped from Chica's hands, water splashing across the floor. Her world collapsed. Her mother's death was no accident. Her father was a traitor. And her only cousin, the man she trusted, was nearly consumed by the very woman who had destroyed her family. The rumors spread like wildfire. Villagers whispered of Nnanna's strange eyes, his glowing marks, his sleepless nights. Fear took hold. Chief Obieze, pretending innocence, declared, "The boy is cursed. Take him to the shrine for cleansing." The drums thundered as Nnanna was dragged before the sacred fire. The priest chanted, throwing cowries into the flames, his voice rising in incantation. Villagers crowded around, eyes wide with dread. Then a hush fell. Mama Ekemma walked calmly into the shrine, her beauty more radiant than firelight. The flames roared high, yet they could not touch her. The sacred cowries rattled in fear. The priest raised his staff, but Mama Ekemma only smiled. She leaned forward, kissed him gently on the forehead, and he crumpled, lifeless, to the ground. Women clutched their wrappers, children ran. Chica shouted, her voice shaking. "Do you see now? She cannot die. She owns them all." Mama Ekemma turned her gaze on Chica, her smile widening. "Child, do you not know? I'm not just your father's lover. I am your true mother." The shrine fell silent. Gasps filled the air. Chief Obieze dropped to his knees, weeping. The scandal was no longer rumor. It was truth. Ugly, undeniable, and dangerous. The revelation shattered Chica's soul, clutching her chest as the ground seemed to vanish. Her mother was not her mother. Her father was a liar, and the witch she had hated her whole life was her true blood. Chief Obieze sobbed openly. "Forgive me, I only wanted to protect my name." But Mama Ekemma's voice was venom. "You betrayed me, Obieze. You gave me your wife, yet you hid my child from me. For that, your punishment is eternal regret." The villagers fled in terror, some crying for fire, others calling for the hunters. But no spear pierced her skin. No flame touched her wrapper. She was beyond mortal reach. Amid the chaos, Chica grabbed Nnanna's hand. "Cousin, we must leave. If we stay, she will consume us." They ran into the night, but Mama Ekemma's laughter followed them. "Run if you must, but know this, I will always find you. I am in your blood, your breath, your dreams. I am the curse that never dies." To this day, elders of Amachala whisper her name around fires. They swear Mama Ekemma still walks the narrow paths, her beauty untarnished, her secrets never buried. For some witches do not wither, some witches never die.